and welcome back to Visions. I'm Mirella Rich. If you've just joined us, we're here with Hirsh, who is the convener for the Women's Conference at the Jewish Christian Muslim Association of Australia. Welcome back to the program.
Thank you.
And can you tell us about the Women's Conference? How can people register, and when is the next one coming up?
The next Women's Conference is next February 2008. 2 nights and 3 days at the Edmund Rice Centre in Lower Plenty. So it's just on the edge of Melbourne, and probably the best way for women to register is to go to the JCMAA website, which they can find easily, and there'll be an application form there for them.
Right. And since the last conference you had, have there been ongoing activities as a result from that conference?
Yes, actually there's been a few different activities. One of the things we did at the end of the conference was to ask people what they wanted to do in the future. And all the women said they wanted to keep in touch and be able to see each other still. So we organised discussion groups that we meet roughly every 6 weeks in different parts of Melbourne.
Oh, beautiful. To
and
make it
we have a
convenient
topic.
for everyone.
Yes, so because people come from all different parts of Melbourne, and actually we did have someone from New South Wales, but she can't get to the discussion groups, unfortunately. But she still, we still send around emails and let people know what's happening. And so we meet at different places and have different discussion topics about possibly, well, the last topic we had was on Ramadan, which was recently, and we've talked about the different Jewish festivals and different fasts and things like that. And we've also organised a newsletter that goes out. We've had 2 newsletters now, and there'll be another one coming up soon to keep the people involved. And we encourage people to bring other people along. It's not just for the women who went to the conference. If people have a friend that is interested in our group, then we encourage them to come along. I get their email address so that they go onto our group list and they get all the information about what we're doing. And another thing that we've done is we had an interfaith walk a couple of months ago, and we organised to have a tour of the East Melbourne Synagogue and St Patrick's Cathedral, which are almost opposite each other, and then we went up to the Albanian Mosque in Carlton. So, and we had someone speak at each of those venues about the particular place, the house of worship, and how the worship is conducted, and gave us a tour and answered questions, and the women found that was really wonderful.
And do you find amongst the women a mutual respect for each other's religions?
Oh, definitely. That's what's so important, you know, that there is that very strong sense of respect for each other and wanting to know more about each other's religions. And you don't necessarily have to be a very religious person yourself to get involved. It's how you feel about your own religion and how you practice it in whichever way, however much or however little you do. I don't want people to think that it's only for religious people. It's for people who consider themselves to be Jewish, Christian or Muslim. And to learn from talking to each other. And
it sounds like it's quite mature, like it doesn't sound like people are trying to convince each other of their religion while they're in this group.
That's a very important point, actually. We are not there to convert each other at all. That is certainly not the aim of JCMAA, and it would not be allowed at all. And we are encouraged to talk about our own faith, but not in a way of trying to encourage others to join it or anything. But it's to get to know more about each other's faith, and in the process you actually learn more about your own faith, and you realise how many similarities there are in our faith. It's just that's one of the things that people come away with a feeling that they didn't understand how much we have in common, and that makes people understand each other a little bit more, I think.
Because the most predominant features of all religions is peace and love and harmony, isn't it?
That's right. That's right. And caring for each other.
Caring for each other. For some reason, it doesn't get looked at when they're having wars. It seems to go out the window.
That's right. It's a very important part of all our faiths to look after those who can't help themselves, and charity's a very big part of our faiths. And we talk about those things.
And what do you hope to achieve with the Women's Conference group?
I hope to bring women together to understand more about people they may not come in contact with normally, and to for them to go out and tell other people that the people of those other faiths, they're not so bad. They don't want to get rid of us or hurt us. There may be some in this world like that, but generally people aren't like that. And we can all gain so much from working together.
It's very important, isn't it? I mean, who wants to live in a fearful society?
Well, that's right.
It's not living.
No, it's not. And if your fear comes from lack of knowledge of what's out there and then the unknown. And once you get to know people, they're just like you are. And that's so important for people to see.
Yeah. Everyone's got a heartbeat. We're all beating on the same heart,
right.
you know.
We're all humans.
Yeah. That's beautiful. And what are your hopes for the future with the JCMAA and with the women's group?
Well, I hope the JCMAA gets stronger and stronger, and the women's group, and I hope we can get funding support from different people so that we can continue our activities, because we actually offer very substantial subsidies for people to be able to come to our conference, so that the cost of the conference is not going to inhibit anyone from coming, and that's a very important aspect.
And do people donate or anything when they come to these things?
Well, there are fees to pay, because we've got to pay for the accommodation and the food, and that's substantial. But if you can't afford to, you can get a very substantial subsidy. So it's a minimal amount you need to pay if that's all you can do.
Oh, beautiful. We're about to go to a break now. You're watching Visions. I hope you're enjoying the program. Stay with us. We'll be back with more very shortly.